Okay. You step on the grass, kind of muddy in the dirt here. How'd it go this week?
Not bad. Still working on getting her like more confident without me standing. Like when we do this, this day, like as soon as I walk away, a lot of the times she'll like switch or something. And just things are like see something.
Okay, and this is like outside or normal? One for nervousness, and then two for like, months now, e-collars been healed. So that's part of it as well. And then once you're down here and working in this environment, then it's really going to be your progression will be better. Anything else?
So there was something that I just kind of was curious about. So she just had a physical today, and they said that she has like heart murmur now all of a sudden.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And the one thing that I like asked doctors like, is there anything about like exercise that she could talk to us about? And she was just saying like, just don't push her. Like if Xyla like seems tired or starts to get tired, like just kind of go by Xyla's.
Yes.
But then I'm like thinking, well, I'm kind of pushing her. So like, how do I know if it's like her being stubborn or if it's like, oh, maybe there is something?
Sure. So one is context. Like let's say this was super busy right now. It was really hard to get her to walk over here. It's just like I got out the car for 30 minute car ride, right? Like it's stress. I've worked with dogs with heart murmur before. This technology is okay to safe to use with dogs with heart murmur.
It is okay.
Yes. I've not ever had any issues. I've worked with dogs with seizures, dogs with heart murmurs, dogs who had surgeries and stuff like that, like metal plates put in and everything like that. Everything's fine because it's not electricity. It's electric, but not electricity. So in that sense, it's safe. In the sense of activity, I've never had anybody actually bring that up. Okay? Now they already had a dog that had a heart murmur already. Okay? So what I would suggest for one is, I'm sure there's groups out there. They're like heart murmur, dog heart murmur groups, and I think they're great resources because obviously it's much better than have dog heart murmur, right? They would know far more than me. In terms of just you yourself engaging Xyla, in the past, since you've been training, have you noticed anything? Where you ever thought like, man, Xyla is really exhausted? No, right? So chances are she's fine. Okay? It's not like you're running 5 miles, I don't think, with her or anything like that. I would think more high activity, more high tension type stuff, would maybe be something different, but walking is very casual. Now, we want to come for the sun and the fact that she's got a long coat. So some things that I will say is, in general, dogs are good about self-regulating, okay? So if you're going on a walk with Xyla, and like maybe she walks really well, she's doing great, but then you start to just notice, man, there's a lot of pulling. I always stop and look at what is she pulling towards? And if she's pulling towards shade, that's telling you I'm too hot. Stop, break.
Oh, no.
It's okay. Stop, break, and let her rest for a few minutes. Let her cool off, right? If you do allow her to rest, her number may go down lower. So when the dog gets too hot, your number might go higher to compensate for the heat. Okay, that's something to keep in mind now that we're in the summertime, especially with these long, thicker coated breeds. So let's say you're on 30, and she's always great on 30, and then you got a dog, by the way. She's always great on 30, nervous. And it's really hot, and you find you're like at 60, 70, but she's responding like it's 30. Right? Then it's because of the body. Okay? So then when you stop and rest, go back down to 30. They reset. Because I've had it before where I've had a dog and I forgot to go down. And they've pulled off and you start off and too high. Live it down, okay? But yeah, she will tell you, if you notice when you're walking with her, she's lagging too much. Like she's back here and you tap her, she'll speed up and she lags, and she speeds up and she lags. I just let it go because she's not doing it to be disobedient, she's doing it because she's too hot. Okay? Other than that, I've not ever seen anything in our sessions together where I've thought that's not normal looking. So I'm not too concerned about it, but definitely I would say check for groups on Facebook or something, resources like that. Okay? Anything else? I believe today we're going to work on recall, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we went over it, and I'm not gonna lie, forgot.
That's fine. It's been a long time. Okay. I mean, because
There were a lot of steps I felt, and I felt like I was fumbling a lot when we first went through it. So
yes. Before we get started, did you bring along one? You did? Okay, cool. We'll start first with the stay stuff, just to take a look at how you're doing it and make sure that you're practicing correctly, and then we'll move into the recall. Okay. Anything else? All right. Excellent. Girl. Good job. And what's your number right now?
55.
55? Good. Good. Good.
Okay.
Good job. One more. Very good. All right. That's good. So, yeah, when you move, because you moved sometime this week?
Yes.
Monday? Okay. So you'll have plenty of opportunity to press that more. I'm trying to think, you're in Clark University? Oh, I don't know that. In terms of busy, because you're just straight up that way from here.
I'll take care of her.
Yeah, you're maybe like a 10 to 15 minute walk. This place in the evenings and on the weekends, like this is still not even as busy as it could be. Just so you know, okay? It's a great place to practice, lots of stuff going on. You're actually not too far from the lakefront. So we do have Saturday morning pack walks. I don't know if you're familiar with those.
I read about it on your.
Yeah, I just sent the blog today right now. It's actually like 10, 15 minutes east of you. Yeah, you're right there. Look at you just have convenience spots now. So I started it for dogs that were dog reactive. So there are dogs that are dog reactive, they're social dogs, some great puppies. But it's meant as a resource to like help dogs like Xyla, so that you have like a hookable training the same way, judgment-free zone stuff. You know, just go for a nice long pack walk from the lakefront. So it's usually off-leash dogs, bikers, skateboarders, and things like that. And also if you're having any issues, like we're there, piano's coming. So if you need any help with training, they can step in and we can help you out. It's a nice way to kind of expose the dog a bit more dogs. Okay? So you'd be more than welcome to come. It's free. It's every Saturday morning at 8 o'clock. Okay? So let's go ahead and get our long leash. And I'll work with you on this one, okay?
Don't touch my session. Talking to me or Scotty?
Both of you. All right. So you can go ahead and remove your leather leash once you get your long leash on. And I'll help you do this, okay?
So I don't use this?
Yeah, I know last time we did it. I won't make you do that today because it's get all dirty. And we can do it. Good. And then it's like spaghetti. Keep it like in this grassy area so you don't have to worry about the mud too much, okay? So I'm gonna go over the steps and then I'll help you out with Xyla. So main thing to remember is you want to be facing Xyla, but then moving away from her, right? So I'm gonna hold Xyla, I'll be away from you, and then when you're ready, we'll just start from scratch, okay? And you'll start tapping, and then you're gonna be moving backwards as you're tapping. And once I see Xyla start to like target your way, excuse me, I'm gonna let the leash go. Your job then is as Xyla's coming towards you, you move back a little bit, come to a stop, let her finish. If Xyla were to continue going off, you want to turn to face her, keep tapping, and then move away again until you see her move towards you. Stop, let her come. If she goes off again, you would turn to face Xyla, back, tapping until she starts moving towards you, and then you would stop, okay? As she's moving to you, you do want to take up that slack, and I'll go over that with you so that it makes it easier for her so she doesn't have 30 feet to go the wrong way, okay? Backing up the tap. We're not using any words. That's it.
Does it matter how she ends up at?
Oh, no. We just want her to be in your immediate space, right? So whether she lands on your right side, your left side, right in front of you, behind you, between your legs, I don't care. But immediate space. I don't want Xyla landing up over here, and you don't want to come to Xyla, okay? If she were to land there, you would turn, tap, move back, until she's all the way here, okay? Other questions? All right. My glass. So I'll take the leash with Xyla here. And when she's coming towards you, yeah, I do that, right? So that locks her on her thumb. So in case she books it, she's to you, right? And then when it comes to your leash here, you're holding your remote in your right hand. So I'll have remote here, right? And then I'm feeding the leash to my left hand like so. You see that? Like that, right? So then, I'll try like this. And then when I'm ready, you can lock it again here. There you go, like that, right? So then I would put my whole hand around it. So that if, again, she decides to book it, she's not pulling 30 feet of leash, you've shortened it, okay? So you have your remote here, you're using these fingers like this, and then when you're ready, you just simply lock it like that. So you have two, you have the one with your thumb, and then you have the one over here, okay? So you're gonna let this leash go slack. There we go, all right, good. Go to step with Xyla here. And then when you're ready, I'm gonna have you say tap once you start, okay?
Tap.
And back. Good.
Am I supposed to be tapping while?
Nope. Once she starts moving towards you, you stop. Right there, good. Tap here. And raise. Very good. And break. Repeat that a few more times. Yeah. So that gives her something to target the movement.
Tap.
And back. There you go. Right there. There you go. Now pivot the other way. Tap. There you go. Tap. Good. And wait. That's good. And praise. Good. And break. Do 3 more. Everybody does. This is like the most coordination heavy command. Good. Good. 2 more.
Break.
So she's really kind of slow, right? We might have a little bit. We're doing 25 you're at right now?
I'm at 60.
You're at 60? Okay, no, you're fine. Good job. Back. Good, right there. Good girl. Great. Excellent. One more. Got it, girl. Good job. Back tap. There you go. Got it. Good, good, good. That's better, actually. Good. Good. All right. Now, is that feeling familiar now? Yes. Good. So what we're going to do here, let it pull us, is we're going to start adding that word come. Okay, so everything stays the same. People tend, and I tend to say the name first, Xyla, come. It's probably the only command where I really say the name first before giving the cue. Once you've given that command, you then would kick in with the moving back and the tapping. And then once you move towards you, you would stop tapping, you're feeling your leash. I'm going to have you, as she's coming towards you, go ahead and give yourself about 4 to 6 feet, so you're going to keep it fairly slack, so that when she comes to you, she has a little bit of opportunity to make a mistake, so that we can correct it to make sure that she does come closer. Okay? Questions? All right.
Come on, Molly. Xyla, come.
Right? So right there, you see how you caught her with tension?
Yes.
Okay, so keep relaxed. Tap, 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 right? Tap, tap, and praise. So right when you get to that last 6 feet, let it be. Because if she's passing you just a little bit, or this way, you want her to come directly to you. And here you're helping her put the brakes on, right? So we want to remove that leash so she knows to move to you directly and not rely on that, okay? That's fine.
Xyla, come.
Right, tap, tap. That's fine. That's good. Praise. That's okay. I don't need her to be, again, specific spot, just want her close. So you can see right there how she kind of overshot it a bit. She did end up stopping, but then you use the remote to teach her not to stop so far off of you, but to be closer. You're at 60, sir? Let's try 5. And we'll move closer this way. Atta girl.
Xyla, come.
Good. Atta girl.
Great.
Humidity. Like this is nice, right? But for a dog like her with her thick coat, it's a lot. Good.
Xyla, come.
There you go. And brace. Good, we're gonna do one more.
Break.
There we go. Let it go.
Xyla, come.
Good. Very good. Pause there for a second. Let it rest. So, when we did the recall at the facility, did we do 2 classes or just the one? Just the one. Okay. So there's another half to this. Okay. So this was the first half. This is not realistic. Okay. This is just setting the foundation down so that you can apply it realistically. Did we talk about how we would practice this in a fashion where like it'd be effective? No? Okay. It's been a long time, so there's no judgment here. So we're getting the foundation down, but you're not gonna have someone holding Xyla when you're calling her. Like she's gonna be doing something, right? She might be running off because she's nervous. Maybe she's chasing a squirrel or something. Does she have any prey drive at all? Squirrels, yes? Good. There's a great place right by you now. It's got plenty of squirrels to practice with. Okay? So, let's say we had squirrels here. Okay? Squirrels in the tree, Xyla sees them. I have no problem that Xyla chases squirrels. She's a dog. Okay? But I want to know is she's going to come back if I call her. Right? So, I use that to my advantage. You have a nice 30-foot leash. Bring her to a place like this. You hold onto the handle, get her close, break, right? Let her go to the tree. She can bark, jump, all that stuff, stalk, I don't care. And I let her have at it, right? And the longer she's doing that behavior, the more disconnected she's getting from you, right? She's getting scroll. So by allowing her to do that for longer, it's making your training more realistic because now she's fully distracted, right? So then I give her the leash. I'm over here. I'm like, all right, it's been 5 minutes. Xyla, come. Remote, back. Reel in the leash, okay? She comes to me, good girl, and then I wait. Because now I have a temptation, right? So then if, let's say she goes, all right, Mom, I'm done, and she goes, I don't say anything, I just start remoting, and I correct her, she should come back, right? So I don't say come again, because you already said it one time. So she's here, we wait, a few seconds, she's being a good girl, break. Boom, I can let her go back to the squirrels again, right? So I have a distraction and a reward at the same time. When you do this, you don't want to, especially if you're working solo, you don't want to drill it like 1,000 times, okay? So what I would do is I come here, maybe I walk for 30 minutes, give her a 10-minute break or whatever, and at the very end, I call her one time, she comes back to me, good girl, I put my short leash, I go home, okay? The next time I might do it 3 times. The next time, 1 time, and 1 time, and then 5 times, right? I'm randomizing how much I do it because I don't want her to think, oh, we're going to the park and yeah, there's squirrels, but Mom just calls me 1,000 times, right? It's not fun. You're trying to prevent that. So, if it does happen where her prey drive dips because she's like, well, now there's rules, it's not as fun, then you have to rebuild comfort. And getting her used to just being free but not going to be like harassed by you calling her again. So then I bring her here, I put her on the long leash, I say break, I let her have at it for a bit because she might be cautious too, or she's kind of like, can I go or can I not? And I'll just walk by and just ignore her and be here for a bit. And as you do that over the course of a few days, you should start to see her warm up again to being free. But then I wouldn't call her because if you call her too soon, then you're right back to square one again, right? So you're trying to build the comfort of like squirrels, and she's just like she doesn't have a care in the world. Okay. Then I go, great, come here. Okay. The more if she locks up and becomes too cautious of wanting to leave your side, the more you expose her back to the space without structure, the faster she recovers. Okay. So it's okay if she's free and doing her own thing as long as she's very clear. Break, and now you're free, as opposed to if she's in a command and then deciding to do something. Okay, so questions about that so far? No. Yeah, so like this place, I know there's rabbits, especially rabbits over by like the kids area. That place right there. Squirrels, I'm pretty sure are here. Otherwise, east of you, near where we meet for the pack walk, tons of squirrels. Okay, but you also have to be careful because there's a golf course and sometimes golf balls fly over. So it's rare, but it does happen. But those are great environments for you to practice in. And this area, especially on the lakefront, is tons of open grass space. Okay, so it allows you to put her on a long leash. You can even give her 15 slack, 15 slack as opposed to 30, and just like let her be a dog, right? And build that comfort. And then this way you get all your reps in for the recall stuff. Because recall does take the longest for people to practice. Because it requires you to go somewhere, put her on the long leash, get the distraction going, and then practicing the recall, right? If you have someone to help you, like a friend, you can force it because they can take Xyla and they're over here and you can call her back, right? Now let's say we did do that. How do you think you could turn that exercise to become more realistic for you? So, typically when people call their dogs, and the dog is chasing something, it's running away because it's scared, running towards something it shouldn't, okay? So it's movement away from the owner, right? So how could your friend help you with Xyla to create something like that? Does she like toys? She could technically use a treat or a toy. That's not technically wrong. To distract her for one, right? But the movement away. How can that be recreated? Huh? Close. So, it's all right. You're thinking. So on that last one that we did with Xyla, when I gave you the thumbs up, I was actually still walking away with her. Right? So it's that movement away. So we don't have the distraction really, but I can at least recreate the movement away from you when you're gonna give that recall. And I was just walking. To make it more realistic, I could even run with Xyla, right? And then that gives you the opportunity to practice recall while she's in motion and not in a stationary position, okay? There's no right or wrong here. In your case, you're nearby an area that's very realistic, so you have plenty to practice with. If you came to an area where it was empty, just non-distraction, that's where you'd want to have a friend help you with the moving away and stuff to try to build to that, because your training is only as good as the environments you expose to. Okay, so that's why I like working here. Tons of people, dogs, sounds, scents, puppies, skaters, skateboarders, bicyclists, all that stuff. Very realistic. So that's just something to keep in mind. There's also geese. I like French. Is anything for geese? No?
Not as much.
Okay. Definitely squirrels though, okay? Questions about that so far? So if you call Xyla and she comes to you, she's here, right? If you were to move, what should Xyla do? She should follow you, right? So with the recall command, it's not just come to me and then you're done and you can whatever. Okay, it's come to me and stay with me until I release you. Call Xyla, she comes, good girl, she puts her butt down, good girl. So then if you were to move, she should also just follow. Now it's not strict like the heel. The heel is here, very specific. I don't need specific here, I just need her to move with you, okay? So if you start to move like this, and Xyla doesn't, if you delay your tap, I'd say too long and too frequently, you're creating that delay response. So then it becomes, I move, tap, and then she moves. It's too slow. So what we want is, as soon as you move, if we don't see her moving, I'm tapping to get her to move with me. Okay, so she should be like her shadow. When we do this exercise, we want to do any direction, but forward-like. Okay, so if Xyla lands here, why don't we want to move forward? It looks like heel, right? So if she follows, I don't know if she's defaulting with the recall, or if she's thinking heel. Okay. So I like to do, and you don't want to do this. and you don't want to do like this. Like you're still moving in a forward motion. So if Xyla lands here, instead of going like this, I just step straight to the side like this. Okay, so it's very awkward. The other direction you can do is, of course, right, or you could go backwards. Okay, backwards. So, to the left, to the right, backwards. And you can even angle it out. So if she lands, you go like this, perfectly fine, right? Just ways that she cannot heal with, okay? And I'll coach you through it. So we're gonna keep everything the same. Xyla, come. And then once she lands, we're gonna pause, and then I'm gonna coach you on how to move. And then you would simply remote if she doesn't immediately move with you. When you do this, you do wanna make sure that you give her about 6 feet of slack to be relaxed in case she makes a mistake, okay? Break. Good, right? Yep. Good, and let's go ahead and pull that leash out from her arm there. Good, and then you're gonna give the slack. That's good right there, okay? Go ahead and take 2 steps backwards. 1, 2, tap, yep, and wait. Good. Now you're gonna take 3 steps to your left. 1, 2, 3. Tap. Good. And then again, 2 steps backwards. Tap. Tap. Good. And brace. And break. Very good. You're at 65 now. Let's go ahead and go do 70. Here, sweetie. I know. Get a girl.
Xyla, come.
Good. 2 steps backwards. Slack. Good. Tap. Tap. Okay. To your left. Tap. 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 Good. To your left again. Very good. Tap. 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 You got it. Atta girl. Good. Brace. Throw that stick up a little. Good. And break. Good. We're at 70 now? Let's go to 75. Where's sweetie? Come on. Atta girl.
Xyla, come.
Good. Praise. Hold for a second. Yeah. Good. Backwards. There you go. Good. To your right.
Now
There you go. Good. And backwards again. Tap. Good. And break. Let's try baby. Right side, right. Tap back. And a girl. Back. Good. To your right. Good. And backward or back. There you go. Good. Very good. And break. Last one. Keep going. There it is. Good. And you go ahead and move how you think you should move, okay? Good. Good. Stay where you are. Yeah. Keep tapping. There it is. Good. Better. Good job. Go ahead and keep your leash how you have it, and just say heel and walk this way. Yeah, it's okay. Go ahead and switch sides. There you go. Good. I trained a couple of dogs on the right side earlier, so I'm like discombobulated. A little bit more forward. Good. And tap for the sit. Very good. Questions about that? So that's just an extra step to the recall. The reason why I do that is, let's say you do call Xyla away from squirrels. This added layer of the implied stay with the body is preventative measure, so she doesn't come to you and then go to book it. Would you do some training with them? Earlier when I said if you call her, she comes here, and then you wait a little bit to see is she going to be tempted to go back. This helps prevent that as well, that premature break. The other reason is, I'm pretty sure I mentioned it, but when we do the recall and Xyla come and you're always tapping, do you remember why we do that? Heads up. So there's a reason behind it. Because at some point when you say Xyla come, she should just come to you, right? And there would be no tap. So right now at this stage, we're trying to force a problem to happen. You know what that problem is? No? So if I'm Xyla and you call me, she responds very quickly, but then you tap her here. What do you think would happen? Possibly. What's the opposite of not coming to you? Yes, right? Because for the dog, gave a command, he responded, but the tap was too late. So then they think, oh, was that the wrong thing? So do the opposite. So that's why we always, with recall, when I give the command in the beginning, I'm always remoting, even if the dog is doing it. Because I'm trying to force that to happen. So that if she were to ever be off leash, I'm not worried about will Xyla get confused. Okay, so I kind of force the confusion to happen, or at least if you're practicing that, you're at least cementing in the brain, tap always means to come to me. Or if we do see it happen, where she's on the leash still, that I can work her through it and always make her return. It's the same thing with the side steps as well. For some dogs, you'll move and you'll tap them, and instead of coming towards you, they'll actually run away from you. So then it's another means of trying to force this problem to happen so that we don't see it in the future when she's off the leash. Okay? So, questions about that? Her speed right now, that's low. I'm not going to worry too much about it because of the weather and stuff, but I will say that you want to learn Xyla and remote collar for response to it in all types of environments, not just this type, but weather as well. A really hot day, a really cold day, snow, rain, thunderstorm, right? Because let's say she's great when it's nice, like it's nice and chilly and all that stuff, it's perfect weather, she's awesome. But then when it's hot, she's sluggish, right? I don't need her to be spot on, exactly perfect all the time. But I want to make sure that she is still performing the command. So like let's say I do a recall, and it's a hot day, and she's slow about it, but when I remote her, she like maybe perks up a little bit, but she still just makes her way to me. That's what I want to see, okay? Because it just like with the human, if it's really hot and you're doing something physical, you're going to tire out. You're not going to be at peak performance 100% of the time, right? But it allows you to start learning her. So that's why when you're in a setting or something like the environment's off, like you already know, like yeah, that's about what Xyla can do when it's this kind of environment, okay? Does she have storm anxiety or anything like that? How is she with fireworks? Yeah, like 4th of July works. Has she ever been outside during fireworks? Okay. All right. If she's fine inside, great. Right? Because 4th of July is next weekend. I'm not sure. I used to live kind of by where you're moving. I don't remember there being a ton of fireworks. But like my guys hate fireworks. So like I have to take them out at like 3 o'clock because that's when it usually starts. Because they won't go period when they're all going off. So they just stay inside for the rest of the night. So for Xyla, whether or not you want to expose her is up to you. Okay. The only reason why I would say I would do that is most dogs are fight response. Explosion in the sky, run for your life, right? Is that you could technically use it to your advantage. And I had a client whose dog was afraid of fireworks. He didn't know, and we went with her down to the south loop where they have the fireworks go off. And he took her with him, and the first one flew up, and he like goes to pet her, and she's gone. And he turns, and she's like blocks away, okay, just running for her life. Now he had already done e-collar, so he was able to remote her, make her come back. But then he's like, "Hey Jesse, can we work on this? She ran away. Is there anything that we can do?" I was like, "Yeah, we can teach her to instead of running away from you, to actually go closer to you." And I do something like this where I have the dog on the long leash. I might shorten it maybe 15 feet or so. Firework goes off, Xyla goes by, right? And on the remote, I don't even say come. I just start remoting. I shorten the leash, I'm remoting, and I'm going up, and she might yip, and then run back to you. Okay? And then the next one goes off. She books it again, right? Boom, she's back. The next one goes off. No, this is the safe spot, right? So your conditioner, when that happens, don't run away from me, always run to me. And I don't say come, because then it becomes cue based. The cue is technically the firework. Explosion in the sky spooks you, don't run away from me, run to me. Okay, so it's beneficial in that sense. Okay, now the only reason why I would say to do that is because people do set off random fireworks. And this happened to me the other day. I was gonna take my dogs out off leash to go potty, but I was like, whatever, I'll just pop the leash on them. Thankfully, I did because somebody blew off a random firework at like 9:30 at night in my neighborhood, and my pit was like, bye. Okay, so had it not been for the leash, she would have went off because I didn't have any means of like reinforcing that stuff. Okay, so that's why it's beneficial. Whether or not you do so, of course, is up to you. But if you're ever in that setting, maybe you get caught off guard when you're with Xyla, forget about obedience and just go into never run away from you. Get your butt back over here, and it's going to be through higher power most likely. Okay, she might be at 127. She might be giving her ass off, trying to run away from you. You want to force it to happen, but that's what's going to prevent her from running off in the future. Okay? Any questions about any of this stuff? So for this week, your homework is that, I know you're going to be moving and stuff, is do this when you can. Go for your walks, learn the area, bring your long leash with you, and you're like, oh, here's a nice open space. Put on the leash, okay, Xyla, break, and then let her be a dog. Okay? Anything else? How can you tell?
What would be her sight?
I would probably look at the color of the tongue. I think blue, right, is lack of oxygen. The size, again, it starts to swell up. I think there's something, I don't remember off the top of my head, with the gums as well. And like if you look at her here, right, for me this is Xyla who's hot and like tired, right? But maybe you might find like it's super frothy, or like, just something is what I tend to notice. So like my pit during the thunderstorm, she gets storm anxiety, so she pants. And then one day, my girlfriend at the time noticed it, but she's like, hey, look at her face. And I looked, half her face was just drooping. And it was paralysis. But I hadn't noticed it because I'd never seen her face like that when she was panting. So right away, we knew like something was off, right? So it's like a pretty clear like distinction, because you know what she looks like. When she's tired, when she's happy, when she's resting, when she's content. So then you'll look at her like, something doesn't look right, that's probably your gut, okay? If it's just really hard for her to keep up, or it's just like stumbling, looking lethargic, no energy type stuff, then it's like something's up. Okay. Other than that, that's the extent of my knowledge. I've not ever had a dog go into that, so and then I'm not a vet either. But I'm sure if you go on those group sites or anything like that, you'll find a lot of information. When it comes to things like that, I'm sure there's plenty of that stuff online that's more so correct, because it's medical, right, as opposed to behavioral, which there's a lot of misinformation on behavior. So other questions?
We're gonna. I forgot. We asked because it's going to be big Monday.
Yeah.
So you are gonna hear on the break. What's the purpose of what you said?
When she's gone, or like, or just in. Yeah. So like, let's say, so the crate, you have one, right? The crate, it's like one thing. It's familiar from old home to new home, right? So that helps bring some kind of a comfort, if you will. But also, if you leave her home unattended, she might be stressed and go, I don't know where I'm at. It's completely new, mom's gone, and she might become destructive. So the crate helps keep her contained. So if she does destroy anything, it's either the crate or it's whatever's within the crate. Okay. But you said you're like out of school right now or something, right? Yeah. So like I would just make it a point to go out maybe an hour or so a day and like kind of just watch her. I think you have like a phone cam or something. And you can get they're like $25 now for dog cams on Amazon, so you can get really good ones for you cheap too. You can see on your phone. Just you can check it on her. There's some that are like even sound activated, so if it hears barking, it'll automatically turn on and start recording and stuff like that. But the crate's more so just to help keep her calmer. Okay? Anything else? So next week is 4th of July. I believe I just told Maria to see how people want to go about it. I wouldn't go too late, really, just because I know there's going to be stuff going on. So if you still want to train, you can let her know. And then it might be earlier because a lot of people are rescheduling, just because if you want to keep going and it's still early in the morning, I don't know. Okay? Otherwise, you can have the holiday off. she can have the holiday off. All right, guys. Awesome. Thank you.